If you're a busy parent who keeps putting your fitness and your goals last, this is where you change that. Welcome to day 3 of 7 of building your morning operating system here on the 5am Squat Club. But this is more than just a workout. This is where we show up before our kids wake to ensure that our health, our fitness, and our goals get the attention that they deserve, and we're setting the example for our kids. This morning, we're ditching the dumbbells and the kettlebells and the barbells for something awkward. Can you use a sandbag or a rock? Because this is what our kids feel like, and this is going to give us functional capacity for our real lives. After that, we'll take action on our homework because this is more than just a workout. Join us in our squat. Let's go for it. So first step here on the 5am Squat Club, as it is every day, is to get into a squat. So place your feet on the floor underneath your hips, heels planted on the ground. If you feel like you're going to fall over or just those hips are coming off the ground, you can grab onto your dog in front of you or some sort of counterbalance in the form of a weight. And if you're new here, I'm Adam. I've been coaching health and fitness for 25 years. I've become a farmer in the last 5 and a father in the last 4, third kid on the way, and life has just become busy. And my ability to achieve my goals has fallen off. So now we get up every morning at 4:30, start at 5 o'clock so that we can make progress. First step is to choose our first thoughts so we're not chasing default stimuli all day. So we're gonna go through 4 rounds of a box breath. It's 4-second inhale, 4-second hold, 4-second exhale, and a 4-second hold while we go through what we call our mental reps, choosing our first thoughts of the day. So breathe. First one is I am responsible, and it just means that I understand that nobody is going to take accountability for my goals except for me. Nobody's going to do it for me. No point in blaming anybody and making excuses. It's on me. Next is I will make time between stimulus and response. So can I give a better version of my response if I take a breath before reacting? Next is I have all I need to succeed today, and we'll focus on progress over perfection. Lots of people think that they can't start because they don't have all the tools. You have the tools to start today, and that'll give you the tools to take tomorrow's step, and so on and so forth. And last is I choose gratitude, because if I don't see that there is positive, this can be a rough journey of self-improvement. So see that there is positive, but understand all of this is about you taking accountability. It's your life, my life. Take action because nobody cares about your life like you do. All right, mindset primed. Let's go. Okay, so time to start moving the body here. First action, physical action in the 5am Squat Club after we get into our squat is getting down on the floor and then getting back up. So the timer is on for 2 minutes. We're gonna get our hands on the ground. You can walk yourself back. Beep, beep, beep. Lay yourself down fully on the floor, and then we can walk up or hop up depending on how you're feeling first thing here. And we're just gonna repeat that for 2 minutes, easing in here, turning on the body, getting the heart rate turned up, the body temperature elevated, the joints lubricated, and our minds turned on a little bit. Because you'll notice that as the heart rate increases, you develop a little more precision in your mind and a little more clarity. So we'll get the body turned on so that when we get into our workout, we feel good, we're able to be efficient, and our risks of getting into a bad spot or pulling on something too much are decreased substantially. So, good morning, team. It's Jody, Chris, Ryan, Tim, Mr. Terry. How are we feeling this morning? So once again, if you're new here, we've got a few steps to go through. We've primed our mind already. We've started our warm-up. We'll have a little more specific warm-up after this. And then we've got 18 minutes for our workout. Just an every minute on the minute workout because it's a fantastic format for staying on and getting a lot of work done in a short amount of time. And then the most important step is what we do afterwards, right? You take mental clarity and the physical relaxation that comes post-workout, and we take action on our goals. We call it homework. You can call it whatever you want, but it's an hour that most of us aren't doing towards the things that, you know, our dreams that we've talked about that we don't You know, that we say, oh, I'm too old for that, or I don't have time for that. If you carve out an hour every day, those dreams and goals become very realistic. All right, next step of the warm-up, we're gonna get into some jumping jacks here just to bounce around a little bit, but if you don't like jumping first thing in the morning, go ahead and start up with just a high knee march. And it is humid in here today. Let me know in the chat, what is the temperature where you're at? How does it feel? Are you in an air-conditioned room? We had a real warm day yesterday and didn't get much cooler overnight. But that's off topic. Before we get into our next warm-up movement, we'll talk briefly about bedtimes. Because if you're not getting to bed at a reasonable hour, getting up early is very challenging. So personally, I aim for 8:30 to get up at 4:30 and gives me 8 hours. And last night was good. We were on 8:30. Let me know what time your bedtime was. And is that enough time for you to feel rested in the morning? All right, next one. Nice wide stance with the feet. Bring the hands to the floor. Walk yourself out into a tight plank position, meaning shoulders over the hands, butt squeezed, abs squeezed, legs squeezed. Walk it back. Stand it up in between. Let's get 5 there. And thinking about, I used to be the type that would skip a warm-up, or at least kind of go through the motions but not take it very seriously. And what I've noticed though is as I've gotten older, and not only that, but have started training every day like we do, instead of 3 or 4 days a week like I have in the past, is if I don't take this warm-up seriously, the body feels stiff, it feels cranky, and the likelihood of me feeling even more cranky afterwards, meaning I've pulled on something, it is there. It is much higher. All right, next one, we're gonna stand up tall and just swing a leg. And I know that's out of order from the screen, but it always is. Don't worry about that. The format of the warm-up is not super important as long as you're progressively increasing the intensity. You can hop on a machine if you've got one, or go for a light jog, or throw in any other mobility movements or warm-up movements that are good for you. Because our focus here is just getting ready, right? Ideally, I want to be at least a little bit sweaty and feeling like I can push a little bit without risk of, injury, or just not feeling ready, not feeling comfortable yet. So we want to get loose, we want to get warm, and then we're going to prime for our actual movements. And I'm going to make sure that this is accessible to any level. So don't worry if you don't have a big heavy sandbag, or if you don't have the capacity for that, we've got options. All right, next one, we're gonna come back into that plank position, but then what we're gonna do is step out in front with one foot in line with the hands. And that may be a lot right there. So you may just wanna stay there and breathe. Otherwise, we're gonna take the elbow that's closest to that bent knee, work it down towards the ground for a sec, take a breath, and then open up. You're gonna take that hand up towards the ceiling. Let's get at least 5 cycles there, working that elbow down towards the ground, and then reaching towards the ceiling. You can lift the back knee when you twist, make it a little more active, elbow to the ground, hand to the ceiling. What time was bedtime, team? If we're all warming up well, then that's fantastic. Otherwise, let me know bedtime. Let me know how we're doing this morning. And who's excited for a sandbag? Let's switch sides, get 5 on the other. Remember, it's all about just building a habit here. So it's never that one workout makes or breaks your fitness or your goals. Our purpose here, our goal here is habit formation, right? It's to build a consistent routine, a consistent system. I mean, the system's already built. Just building your consistent routine for getting it done. How do you create, your your morning and evening routines such that this becomes a regular part that doesn't require a whole lot of thought to make happen. All right, next one, we're gonna get into our passive squat again. So feet underneath the hips, come on down into that passive squat position, meaning you're not actively trying to stay up. Relax down there. This may be enough for you. You may wanna hold on to a counterbalance and just stay here for a minute. Ooh, I'm breathing. And then otherwise, we're gonna go with some, bootstrappers. So you're gonna grab your feet, wrap your hands around your big toes, pull up on the chest hard, get a good full breath cycle. And then we're gonna drop the chin, drop the chest, raise the hips, maybe pedal it out a little bit, side to side, keeping those heels planted, and then sit back down with the hips, pull the chest back up, and breathe. And then recycle it, chin down, hips up. Oh, that's tight. And let's get 5 cycles there at least. Sweaty. Hips up, chin down. Remembering that most people just won't do this, right? Most people will not put in the time for their goals. And all it takes, really, what I've figured out is all it takes is stop scrolling at night. Because most of us think we're being productive at night, but I think generally that is not the case. All right, we're gonna go over this workout real briefly, and then we'll get into it. So grab yourself some space, and either a sandbag or a medicine ball or a rock or whatever. I'm gonna demo this today with a rock. So you can see it may not be the heaviest thing around, but this thing's probably, I don't know, 40, 50 pounds. Maybe I just wanted to show that this is accessible anywhere with any tool. So our 3 movements today with the sandbag: a row, a hang clean, and then a carry. So for the row, get yourself hinged over. You want to maintain a nice neutral spine. Arms are relaxed. Pull your weight to your chest and back down. Right? Whether it's a rock or a dumbbell, a sandbag, a backpack, whatever. Movement number 2 is our hang clean. So the goal here is to, with the weight against your hips, right? It's right in my hip crease. I can drive and bring that thing up to the shoulder. It's the same thing with the sandbag, same thing with the medicine ball. You can wrap yourself around it a little bit more so that when you drive, you have more contact. But with the stone, I'm probably gonna keep it against the hips, drive with the hips, and then bring it up with 2 hands. Minute 3, you're just gonna carry it. So it can go on the shoulder, it can go bear hug. Those are basically your 2 options. So take a minute, clear up your space, test out some different objects maybe. Maybe try out a rock, maybe try out a sandbag, have a few goes. And we're going 6 sets. So that's gonna be an 18-minute total workout. 6 sets of 3. So clear your space, grab some water. Tell me what time you went to bed last night. Let's do it. That's a good question, Ryan. Chris, are you picking up your kids today as an odd object? That's funny. Let's check this odd issues yesterday. Check, check, check. All right. If you're a parent, it is time to ditch the dumbbells and kettlebells and barbells in favor of something that actually feels like real life. This morning, we've got 18 minutes with a sandbag or a rock, whatever you have at your disposal, open to beginners. I'm going to show you the options. Let's give it a go. All right, team, so we're changing it up a little bit today, getting real functional. And if you've never picked up a sandbag before, this is the workout for you. 3 movements, 6 rounds, 18 minutes total. We're going on the minute, and you're gonna choose an amount of work that's accessible for you. So whether you've got a sandbag or a dumbbell or a rock, I'm gonna show you the movements here. So the first one is a row. You're gonna grab your object, hinge over at the hips, maintaining a nice neutral spine or flat back, relaxed arms, pull it to the chest and back down. Keep this chest nice and proud, keep the back nice and flat. Choose a number that you can do that is challenging, but that you can manage. Movement number 2 is a hang clean. So you're gonna take your object, keep it against the body, against the hips, drive with the hips, bring it up to the shoulder. I like to take a hand off to show control, and then back down to what we call the hang or the hips. Hinge at the hips, drive with the hips, let it come up to the shoulder, take the hand off. And then minute 3, you're just gonna carry. So it can go on the shoulder, it can go as a bear hug, whatever you please. Hold on for more than the exercise portion. So for the rows, choose a number that you can maintain somewhere between 1 and 10. For the hang clean, same thing, 1 and 10. For the carry, somewhere between 10 and 60 seconds. If you're brand new, start with low reps, right? Ease in, do a few rounds. If it feels good, jack it up from there. All right, team, let's do it. Fresh out of rocks, bummer. All right, team, we got tunes. Let's do it. Let's get those sandbags out. Let's get it. All right, team. 18 minutes here. We are doing it. 10 seconds. Starts with the row. Maintain that nice neutral spine. 3, 2, 1. Remember, nice neutral spine, flat back. Relax the arms. Pull all the way to the body. Relax back down. Make sure we're breathing. And really, we want to be working for max 30 seconds. Realistically, 20 is probably where you want to be, so I'd be resting. This for me is a little bit of a warm up. There's 30 seconds. Anybody can find a rock. Get rid of the dumbbells for today. Get something a little more awkward that feels a little more like real life. Whether you live on a farm like me or not, a rock is a great choice. So we should feel pretty good right now. You know, the heart shouldn't be exploding out of our chest until at least, let's say, halfway through this, maybe 10 minutes in. 3, 2, 1. So we're just easing in here. So from the hips, keep it against the body, drive and catch. Ooh, bony shoulder. Into the hips, drive and catch. Just like you're taking any kind of weight from the hang to the shoulder. Doesn't matter what it is, that's the technique. Into the hips, drive, catch. You'll notice I'm gonna switch the sandbag after a few rounds, and you'll see similar technique, but a little more throw and catch, because that thing's not gonna smash my bones. There you go, that's 40 seconds. Take a break. Walk around, breathe. You wanna try to manage the heart rate here. We don't wanna be out of control. If you wanna be out of control, make it at the end of the workout. 3, 2, we're carrying 1. Go ahead. So you can bear hug it like so, which makes it a little more challenging to breathe. Just make sure that we're not arching back. Squeeze the butt, squeeze the abs, stay tall. You could as well take that thing onto the shoulder and carry it like that. Makes the breathing a little bit easier. Just make sure we're squeezing the abs, always keeping the midline controlled. Don't let the weight push you around. 30 seconds, you can hold for the whole thing if you want, especially if it's not crushing you. And then we're back onto our rows, round 2. I think I'll do 2 rounds with the rock. Smells nice. 10 seconds. So if you want, you could put down your your object and take a break for the last 10, or go straight into it. 3, 2, 1. All right, so we're hinging back over, pulling into the chest. Better angle here, eh? Really think about pinching those shoulder blades together at the top. That's 30 seconds. Even hold, pulse. It's 40 seconds. All right, on to the hang cleans next. You should feel like we're maybe at like a 4 or 5 out of 10 here in terms of heart rate. Steady, 10 seconds. Not falling apart. 3, 2, 1. That thing into the hips. Drive up to the shoulders. I like to alternate the shoulder that I put that thing on. But you don't have to. I just like to have capacity on both sides. So you never know what you're gonna need to do. I like this rock. I was out yesterday in the pile looking at them and I almost brought one in that was too heavy. It was great for the rows and the carry, but taking it to the shoulder, I was smashing it into myself. That's 40 seconds. Take a break. All right, we're going back to the carry, round 2. 4 more rounds after this. So if it's feeling pretty good, you can ramp up the reps or the load, depending on how you feel. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. So depends on how you feel, where your capacity is, what your goals are. Either keep it steady, or you can think about turning it up. I'm gonna go up after this round. I'm gonna go to the sandbag, which is a little bit heavier than this, but don't feel any pressure to do so, right? Remember, this is just one workout of your life. The goal is to do something every day, and that one day doesn't need to crush you. Just over time, get in good workouts, be consistent, build a good habit. That's 40 seconds in. All right, going on to round 3 in 10 seconds. Gonna step it up here a little bit. All right, rows, round 3, go ahead. Woo! Not going for 40 seconds on that one. So get your set in and rest, right? As the intensity goes up, either with a heavier weight or a faster pace, you're gonna want more rest. Heart rate will increase faster. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him instead of searching inside for what they gave him. All right, going back to our hang cleans. 10 seconds. All right, 3, 2, 1. Oh, just lost that one. Yeah, that's much harder. Whew. I think it's probably double the weight at least of that stone. Breathe. Walk around. Carrying in 10. 5, 3, 2, 1. Oops. Jeez. So just focus on the breath. Squeeze the abs. Squeeze the butt. And just breathe here. Think about you're carrying around your kid. Carrying around a bag of soil. Mulch. Groceries. Whatever. You probably don't carry your groceries like this, but you know, maybe it's a bag of water, softener, salt, big bag of rice, who knows? Real life. Keep the abs squeezed, keep the butt squeezed. 20 seconds, that's 40 in. Going on to round 4. Back to the rows. And 10. All right, round 4 coming up. 3, 2, 1. Woo! There's 10. Keep breathing. If the heart rate's up a little bit, that's okay. We're over halfway through. Just try to manage. Keep the breathing steady. For me, it's the hang cleans that jack me up the most. Stay with it. 10 seconds. On to our hang cleans. In 5, 2, 1. Go ahead. Woo! That bag's getting sweaty. Keep it up, 20 seconds, we're on our carry. And then 2 more rounds after this. If you need a break, take a break. Do what you gotta do here. Right? Trying to maintain consistency. 3, 2, 1. Focus on the breath. Stay tall. Choose a pace that works for you. You should feel pretty moderate at this point. 2 more rounds after this. 6 more minutes left. You can always cut it early if you need to, or just bring down the intensity. Or ramp it up, I guess, if you want, depending on where you're at, how you feel. 20 seconds left. Back to our rows in 15, 10. All right, back to the row. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. It's 10. You guys are doing fantastic. Keep it up. 30 seconds. Woo. Keep that breathing steady. Try to calm down in your rest periods. 10 seconds. We're going back to our hang cleans. 3, 2, 1. Woo, good work so far. Breathe. Calm the breath. We're almost there. 4 minutes left. Carry, and then one more round. Wasn't even paying attention. Remember, it's just one workout. Doesn't need to crush you. Doesn't need to be the end of the world. We are here building consistency with our routine. If you show up every day and do a little bit of fitness, do a little bit of work on your homework, you can build whatever life you want. So don't worry about whether this workout is what you thought it would be or turned out how you wanted. All that matters is you did it, and that tomorrow you do another one and keep that habit. 10 seconds. Last round coming up. Last round of rows. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 2 more minutes left, team. Remember, just about consistency. No one workout will make you fit, but one workout can pull you off your goals, make you fall off track. So don't worry about winning any one workout. Worry about doing them. 15. We're going hang cleans. 10. 3, 2, 1. Last round, team. Come on. You got it. All right, 1 carry to go. 15 seconds. Stay with it, we're almost done. 10. 5, 3, 2, 1. Now just breathe. Squeeze your butt. Squeeze your abs. And carry. Last one. Come on, team. 45 seconds. Oh. 30 seconds. Stay with it. Excuse me. 20. 40. Keep the abs squeezed. 10. 9. 3, 2, 1. Hell yeah. Fantastic job, team. Excellent work. Remember, it's not about any one workout. It's about consistency. So if you like this, you want to build fitness and action on your goals, join us every single day on the 5 AM Squat Club. Great job. All right, team, walk her around. Breathe. Let me know how it went. Okay. We're just gonna do a seated hamstring stretch here. So sitting on your butt, both legs are out in front. You can wiggle your smushy bits out of the way, or you can even sit up on something, you know, a few inches higher on a yoga block or some bumpers, whatever. We're just gonna hinge, trying to keep the torso tall, hinging at the hips. And remembering briefly that, you know, we want functional movement, we want functional capacity, we want fitness that carries over to real life, as opposed to just aesthetics, right? I don't want to just build muscles that don't do anything. I want capacity for real life. So that's why we get the sandbag out at least once a week. And I notice for sure that that feels like picking up my kids and playing with the kids and farming. And those sandbag cleans and all that just makes it so much easier. So get outside of your comfort zone, potentially with the dumbbells and the barbells and all that, and go. Nice, Chris says I dropped the bag several times, getting it off my shoulder, nice. Yeah, it's real challenging stuff. So today's day 3. If you do 7 days in a row of this, you're gonna build a habit. And then ideally, you just keep that habit going. But ideally, we're building that habit over these 7 days. And part of that habit is that after we exercise, we do homework, right? We assign ourselves an hour of work on the thing that's most important to us, our dreams, our goals, the thing that like only happens when your kids are asleep. Because when your kids are up and your life is happening, there are fires to put out. There are things to think about and do that aren't your goals. So the time to take action on your goals are before they wake, so that you can show them, hey, if you want something, make it happen, carve out the time, set the example for those kids. So quickly on that note, I'll show you a little bit of life here. I tend to not be so good with the tractor. You know, in the winter I broke the door, and then I must have run something over and slashed the tire. So yesterday we had an expert. This was cool to watch. This guy has obviously been doing this for probably his whole life, has his name on the truck. So this guy was out changing the tractor tire yesterday. Obviously Maple is helping here. But just you know, what was cool here, and whether you care about this or not, it was very impressive to see someone who has skills, right, who has worked on something for a long time and now has, you know, can do this thing so fast. He's got the right tools, obviously, but he's got the skills and he does it just like this. And, you know, what that made me think about is that nowadays there are very few skilled people, right? It's very rare to see someone who's really good at what they do because they've been doing it for so long. You know, we've created a society where you don't need a whole lot of skill to do a job. So, you know, 1, cool to see, and 2, cool to think about, like, you have the ability to develop skills. And, you know, the more skills that you develop, the more useful you are as a human being, the more people you can help, the more value you can deliver. And, you know, we've moved, as I said, to a society of low skill. You just have this one little task, and as a result, you don't need to know a whole lot. But you can build skills. So anything you want to learn, anything you want to do, take action. Carve out a day, an hour for your homework. Maybe, come on, come easy. Come on. Carve out an hour, let's go, come here. To make progress on your goals, and that'll add up over time. If you do it every day for a year, for 2 years, for 5 years, what you can become, what you can change, what you can achieve is huge. So join us tomorrow for day 3, join us for the whole week, and then after that, ideally, just keep going. We'll be here every day. I love you guys. I appreciate you so much. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button, and then if you really appreciate this, hit the join button below the screen. Buy some merch on the website. You guys are fantastic. Rudy Tim says, we have ran all of our skilled jobs overseas. Yes, we have. Yes, we have, Tim. You got it. All right. You guys have been incredible. Have yourselves a fantastic day. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I think tomorrow is all body weight. So, awesome day. You guys have been fantastic. Love you all. Have yourselves a great day. Peace.